Welcome to Scott's Music Cave. In today's video, I've got an exciting addition to the shop. It's some 80s goodness. It's a Yanagisawa 880 alto saxophone. And in today's video, we're just going to look it over and check it out. The Yanagisawa 880. I just purchased this saxophone this week and I wanted to show it off because I'm kind of in an 80s nostalgia vibe, and I've got a Yamaha YAS62 purple label that I'll be showing later on. But this one needs a ton of work. It's on mostly original pads and it's not playing at all. But it's in beautiful shape. It's a one owner. This one's from 1986 and it does have a little wear and tear, but overall you can see that it is in really beautiful condition. These 880s have the underslung octave key, as you can see there. It's got all the features you would expect from a modern saxophone, keyed from a high F sharp to low B flat. The high F sharp key is kind of signature to the Yanagisawa, and you can see that there. It's just got that unique shape. The pearls on this are really beautiful. I don't know if my son's 880, which is a stencil, I don't know if it has the same deep look to them as these pearls do. And this lacquer is it looks like it's a mile deep. It's just really a beautiful horn. These 880s have this, unique to this era, of this kind of a real ornate looking guard on the side B flat. It kind of wraps around a little bit, which I guess that would help keep from getting caught on a shirt or something and getting bent. They also have this large bell ring, which is unique to the 880 and the A5 Yanagisawa, and maybe earlier ones, but I'm not sure on that. These also have the low C sharp to B little tilting key mechanism there, which is unique to Yanagisawa, and the low B flat tilts. The closed guard has a unique cutout to it and looks really nice. The engraving is also really beautiful in this horn. It also has a little medallion that's soldered on the bell, which I always thought was really cool and definitely unique to the 880s. And maybe the 990 might have had the medallion. I can't remember right now. But the engraving looks really nice. Hopefully you can see that in the video. But these are really well built. This saxophone, all the key work on it is very tight. It was a one-owner horn, and it was bought for a child. I think he was in 5th grade, and they bought the saxophone for him. Instead of just renting something new, they just said, well, let's just buy the nice one and not have to worry about upgrading. And so this was probably played in maybe elementary school, middle school, and high school, and then it's sat in the case since then. Speaking of the case, let me show you the case because it is in very nice shape. Before I do that, I'll just point out a few more things that are unique to Yanagisawa, like the double arm, low B and low C. Yanagisawa, well, some of the companies do that as well, but Yanagisawa does that with a lot of their horns, or probably all their horns, and makes those mechanisms a little more stable. Keeps the keys from bending and flexing. There's the case. You can see it's got that yellow velvet lining, which it kind of looks dirty, but that's just how the case looks. It's not dirty, but it's really unique. The outside has this sort of grained leather look to it. I don't think that is leather. It might be. These beautiful brass latches. The handles have this brass inlay to them. Carry handle on the end, which is nice for, especially on an alto, where you can stand up and usually carry it if you're tall enough without dragging on the ground. Tenors that have these seem like they're a little more useless unless you're really tall, I guess, and I guess it comes in handy. I'm not that tall. It did not come with the original mouthpiece, but it did come with some other mouthpieces that were kind of interesting. An Autolink 5-star, which maybe that's not that interesting, and it came with the Harrison H ligature, which is gold-plated and is really nice. Up close to the neck, I don't think there's any dents in it. A couple little scrapes, corks falling off. up close to the engraving. Hopefully, okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that medallion is cool. It's a little dirty, not too bad. And let's see if we can get inside the bell. Not really. But it is pretty clean on the inside, not too much like it. There was a pad saver in it, so they weren't really swabbing the whole thing out, but that is better than nothing, I guess. And the engraving does go onto the bow a little bit. Well, actually quite a bit. But yeah, here's the low C sharp pad. It's all black and it's down to the felt in some areas. And this one does not, well, you can see the G sharp key isn't even closing, but the pads are definitely old. And the reason I can tell these have original pads mainly is that the resonators, the pads do look original. I mean, this, like, the color looks like what I would expect them to see from this era of Yanagisawa, but also it has kind of a purple resonator. And so that's how I know that they were original, because that's what these Yanagisawas came with. And even the E flat pad has that purple, and it's hard to see in that light, but that is a purple resonator. And this, sometimes you get these horns and they actually play okay on the old pads, but this thing is not playing at all. And you can see like that screw's coming out, the octave key screws coming out, low C sharp screws coming out. They have paper. I guess they were trying to get that G sharp to close, which that didn't work. So there's up close to the pearls. Yeah, it's just a beautiful horn. And I do love this elongated F sharp, front F pearl, which matches the side F sharp. So yeah, this one will clean up really nice and just be a phenomenal playing saxophone. The thumb button has some texture to it, which is okay. I think I'd rather have a smooth texture there, but it's fine. That's something you could definitely change out if you really hate it, but once you're playing, you just kind of get used to it. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I think probably the only ding I saw was right there, a little chair ding, which is very, very minor. Even the bow, yeah, there's a little ding there. But yeah, not really a ding on it. Two minor little dings. And it came with the original, even though it had a pad saver in it, it came with the original end plug. Which, I don't know, I kind of geek out when it's over original end plugs. And there she is, the Yanagisawa 880. Look at that. That's some 1980s goodness right there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a long list of overhauls. I do kind of want to get to this one sooner than later because it will be a pretty straightforward repad overhaul. And I have clients that are actually interested in a saxophone like this, so I could probably get it in someone's hands and get it playing sooner than later. Also, it'll just be a fun one to play. My name's Scott Reed. I'm a woodwind repair technician. I play music professionally. I buy, sell, trade, and collect musical instruments, and now have a YouTube channel.